Okay, I call this meeting to order at 11:15 a.m. Daylight Savings Time. And I would like to call on Shiyaj Mark to do our prayer.
Lord God, thank God. Teaching on Father Basa Heseni, Basa Heseni, Mosa Business, Eya Sasi, Eya, so I miss of God. Adonai, Ado, Edo, Capita, Nestor, God. Adam the Kaddish name Satan Adam the Pain, Zlata Kashko, Adam Nes Kay Kuma Sahadi, Shiba, Adam Korea, God, all that, sorry. Not that I need other sport, God, other points, other thoughts. So it's not no lots. This is that way it's not so then I go home, lot down, so God, say the Christ Jesus is out there.
Thank you. Okay, Kaeki, the next item we're going to do is approval of the agenda. And we're going to go ahead and have Della read the agenda for us.
All right, good morning. Ts'ah Bii chapter, it's a hybrid meeting. Ts'ah Bii chapter meeting agenda for August 2012, 2024. 10 a.m. Zoom meeting is provided. Number one is preliminaries, meeting called to order, invocation, approval of the agenda, and then approval of last meeting minutes for July 8, 2024 with presentations with Council Delegate Council Delegate Herman Daniels, Legislative District Assistant is Robert Black Jr., Grazing Representative, which is Jerry Begay, on the ARPA updates, would be conducted for the warehouse in Stanford Lake. Electrical is Rick Pierce, and renovations is by Vernon Willing. Old business, we have none. New business, TBK 2024-225-001 is accepting and approving the July 2024 budget report. Number two is accepting the monthly cash receipt deposits for July 2024 in the amount of $911.89 as budgeted. Number three is accepting and supporting the student financial assistance to the eligible applicants in the amounts requested. Number four is approving and supporting the housing discretionary assistance to the eligible applicants in the amount of $250 to the selected vendor. Number five is approving and supporting the budget transfer of $750 from Fund 01-6615 Bank Services and Charges to Fund 016300 Office of Supplies, $750 to cover the shortfalls to date that were not anticipated. Number six is approving and supporting the budget transfer of $8,000 from Fund 36-6380 Building Materials to Fund 36-6801 Construction Equipment, $8,000 to cover the shortfalls to date that were not anticipated. Number seven is approving and supporting the budget transfer for $1,500 from Fund 36-6380 Building Materials to Fund 366390 Other Supplies Expenses of $1,500 to cover the shortfalls to date that were not anticipated. Number eight is accepting and approving the FY 2024 and 2025 renovation project. These 30 named, listed, and area 1 through 5 coordinates will be assisted through the renovation and weatherization project in the attached document. Number 10 is accepting and approving the renovation. Number 9. Let me correct that here. corrected the wrong one, darn it. Okay, number 9 is accepting and supporting the renovation of the Ts'ah Bii Senior Center. Number 10 is requesting and supporting the nomination Department of Transportation, NNDOT, or the Bureau of Indian Affairs, BIA Transportation Department, to repave the Navajo Route 16 south to the Grazing District 2 fencing and cattle guard. Number 11 is accepting and supporting the Navajo Nation Council and Navajo Nation President Boo Nygren on the passage of CJY-34-24 and affirming that all churches on the Navajo land are recognized as places of worship. Number 12 is accepting and approving the FY 2024-25 ARPA housing wiring and electrification project. These 22 names listed will be assisted through the house wiring and electrification project in the attachments. Number 13 is approving and adopting and approving the fiscal year 2024 new update plan of operations template from DOJ, Ts'ah Bii CLUPC, to use DOJ template to update their plan of operations according to the attachments. Number 14 is accepting and supporting the operations of the Full Gospel Church in the Ts'ah Bii community and supports the updates of its operation with Pastor Mark Tallman. Number 15 and number 16 are to be determined. Going down to the reports. Again, that's with the chapter president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, chapter manager, senior center, Head Start, community health representative, veterans, CLUPC, school districts. It'd be Shanto Prep, Page Unified School District, Kayenta Unified School District, Kaibato, and others. With number 11 is other designated representatives. Number 5 is announcements. August 26th is the food distribution. The chapter will close on Navajo Taco Day, the 14th, and Labor Day, the September 2nd. Upcoming meetings, planning meeting Tuesday, September 3rd, 10 a.m. Chapter meeting Monday, August 12th, 10 a.m. Chapter meeting Monday, September 9th at 10 a.m. District raising meetings Tuesday, August 13th, 10 a.m. Permittees meetings Wednesday, August 14th, 10 a.m. Western Agency grazing meetings Monday, August 12th at 9 a.m. CLUPC is Friday, August 30th at 10 a.m. with the chapter veterans meeting, which was August 5th, 10 a.m. Submitted by Mr. Curley, Secretary Treasurer, 8/12/2024.
Okay, I need a motion. Priscilla? Denali, second. Renaldo Lloyd. Okay, questions, comments, concerns? Go ahead, Ms.
Correct.
Oh, okay, correction first.
Yeah, Western Agency meeting, it's not on the 12th, it's on the 19th in Cuba City. 19th? Okay. And the committees, they got out at the 14th, or tomorrow, Navajo Mountain.
Okay,
Here you go.
correction noted. Go ahead, Mr. Renaldo.
I got too many things on my head.
Can you hear me without the mic?
We'll still need it.
I have too many stuff in my head.
We're still in the report. We're still
Okay,
recording.
yeah. So you want me on the official, okay, agenda, you guys have all the agenda. So my request and recommendation is to table, resolution 11 and resolution 14. Is that all set? Okay, I'll start off with resolution 11. Okay, resolution 11, I have the documents here, there's 26 pages of it. and it's regarding about the church process. Okay? This, Mr. President released his signature on July 26th, and he didn't distribute it to public until last week. It's almost a month. Why did he keep it until last weekend? That's when we got this, okay? We were on top of it, we're looking at it all the time. Now we noticed yesterday, opened up the gun, it popped up. So with that case, I want to table it because all our local churches were not notified. Like I said, we were looking for it. It didn't come up. And I bet you he knows that the chapter is meetings is being held the first week of every month, and he knows that. So with that, we are not informed. We do not really know what has been said on this. It's front and back, 26 pages. So, we need to have everybody, before it comes to the chapter, it should be well known to each individual voter, especially the churches, since it's geared for the churches. That should have been done. Now, the IACY, 2624. These two are talking about the same thing. He overwrite this. This was complete 10 pages. This was completed with the tribal law. When these people did it, tribal law compared in the finalized. This new one that came out by President Byron, he didn't. He didn't involve the pastors. Now the nationwide. The government is trying to run us. This all one was involved with the people that are associated with it. For that reason, I want to table number 11. Because like I said, don't need the key stuff. If I'm going to talk about it, it's going to take quite a while. And those wording need something to be explained. Assumption and ego. And then our pastors are not here. They're the one at the local churches. They're the one that have to say so. They have that right to say it. So that's a chicken, don't jump. Resolution. I'm talking about my biblical stuff now. 14. The same, the wording. Accepting and support. Those two words are very important. Those support. We don't support that. We need more facts. We need more stuff for us to understand. Comprehending is a lot if we go against the Navajo Nation. Number 14, Anana accepting and supporting the operation of one single church. First Amendment says we cannot, the state government, federal, cannot put their hand in the church. The church has bylaws. That they go by it. The Navajo Nation has the paperwork. Any of you can go up there and ask for it. But it's for your information. You cannot go to the other institution and say this is what it is. You don't have that. Why? First Amendment. It's made from Congress. Federal. Although you're trying to do something, the pastor has that right to sue you because it's an amendment. You are liable, and these guys too, when they agree, these guys are liable for a lawsuit. All of these things are by laws. You have to go through the protocols. You cannot jump to the top and try to take care of a situation that you are not allowed to. You have to obey the law. So that's what it is. So, she can't amend those our table. We have to know the consequences. We have to be more understanding, comprehension, because all right? Us individuals, we do have a right to a point, but we cannot face an organization without backups. So all these platforms and which are so because each one of you, a lot of laws are protecting you, but you have to do it. So, Ada, I want those two resolutions to be tabled. I can't vote. Yeah.
Okay, so recommendation is made to table, but the thing is, we're talking about the agenda.
Yes.
You can remove it if you want to remove it.
Oh, I forgot that.
The law, it says, thank you. A removal, that's the word, removal from the agenda and the meeting, like I said, it goes back to the local business. All right? Thank you.
Auto holding,
We need a second. We need a second.
to remove it.
And then Haraway has a
Point of
question.
order, we
Okay.
can stay on the agenda.
Okay, so we're just discussing what the next step is right here. So the agenda, if we intend to accept the agenda as is, cannot read, but we have a motion and a second. Although we have question or there's a concern, the concern, to remove it, we need a second emotion. Second motion. We need one to make a motion to remove these two items from the agenda.
I would like to make that, does it already motion?
We make the motion to, for the reading, whether to accept the agenda as is or not. But we have a concern about the resolution 11 and 14, which talks about what President Nygren had signed.
Yes.
And then also 14, which concerns Full Gospel Church. So the concern is that this is not, we're gonna open up a can of worms if we do this, if we make a decision on these few things, because not enough is known on the legislation that President Lee Nygren had signed, because it did not involve any pastor or any churches. My thing is, I think it involves some churches on the east side, not the west side. Because that's lately been the trend for us. A lot of it does that. But number 14A, the Full Gospel Church is an established church, and only the pastor can make a decision on what to do with that church, or anything that has to do with that church. So what the recommendation that is made is to remove those two resolutions from the agenda. So until more information is known about this legislation that was written, because there is another legislation that Brunei dropped. And those two legislations are contradicting each other. Yes, Mr. Goodman?
I think. Let me read you resolution CJY 3424, 3424. The Nomination Council already passed this law. It's moot that you're supporting this resolution. I thought that honesty. I thought President Nygaard is become. So this is law. Whatever the church does, whatever this chapter does, is whether they're supporting it, opposing it, it's done. The legislation, when it was originally dropped, they had a comment period. No. It's beyond there. It's the law of the land, so to speak. So whether or not we support it, it's irrelevant. Now, she's talking about another legislation coming down the pipe from Brunei. Now that one, this legislation is the home site lease land the church lease. This resolution is what it's about. So I study on it, all table said no, and then we said delete it from. I don't know or how to hide it. I know it's law. If you oppose it, go back to those committees, resources and resources development, out of the law and order, which our delegate is on others of that time. So, and then health education and human services. Those committees are listed in this legislation.
Point of order, we need to get back on the agenda.
Kind of working on that.
This is part of the resolution number 11 of this year. Even though it's the law, but we need to be understanding we're running with it too quickly. We're running with it. These ID, the civically elderly, we don't know it. You don't know, those management can give things what they want without your knowledge. Managements are dangerous. I'm sorry guys up here. Management can manipulate things. Before, like I said, July 26th was signed and it got released last week. We don't know, even myself. I just read part of it. And we have to reread and understand. And the local government, the local churches need to understand. They're so at awe on this. So comprehending, understanding, because this is important. Like our secretary, Mr. Dillard, he has to record everything. It's my job to record everything, Lila. So comprehending and you guys understanding. And the person should be up here would be the pastors. They're the one at management in your organization. You guys understand that? That's what it is. The rest of us that can say it, we're really not connected then. So we have to be very careful of what we say.
I'll only do two more and then we'll have to make a,
We need a second.
we still need a motion on the action that needs to be taken. take
know
with
if you understand that.
Again, let's go back on the motion. You have to accept the agenda first and then talk about it.
Yes.
Yes. Although accept it now, whoever opposed it have a right to do that. she都是说关系个弄很多事儿说，哎呀，你先讲到你给那个，嘛，你只有你别过你给。Oke, ja, goed, ja. Zo dingen zijn er aan. De aanspreek niet op een spel van de ja. We betrekken. Goed, is man.
Yes.
Zeg je net nou dat je ja. Monday was aan het doen. Aan het doen tot. Als je komt, die baan is ja niet goed. En je ook niet. Als je真的大家 all churches become 还有点一样的，我告诉你，我上点参啊，一样，我在。So, leave the other one on there. It says all churches, take one of them out. The spouse always is in the I'll put it.
We are on the agenda. This is what's being discussed right now, is to remove or change or do something with the agenda.
I don't want to find a sign go on there, the final card, you can remember is a Christian hyperconfederation church. A church denomination has on the car. According to the reason that social media they don't also training is what we need. We need to come down to all churches, as like it says, the church connected. Hey, the time they don't get media. You hear it, so it's hard to understand. 1984年刚好过的resolutions for every country, Zero, every country, the hundred. Although church side is the last of the many, but then the resolution short, she tried the different right. Not so for car, they had to mean that window that she didn't need. She passed away. A very fresh early numbers. Able with me, she don't need over a more common way. Isn't that it now? But able, nothing come. Financial comfortable. Agenda is not the society. The John Pastor dominates church. African philosopher church. Going scripture house, the 8 one guy. Of course. So that is not on India. Do not remain on India. But that happened when the rock did so it not other sign India. But they are this then on the community level. This is what can be half.
the others, we tried. Nikita Sati Kahika, Nikita Sati, Shama, Mendy a call, it all come together. So, Hana, we party, hey, quite a song, a don't Alsa. In a sea, other thing I know, so the dead sea. For Hashem thou and the Nasi Ka, but in that now, so Sanama, for every Asia, did it a Krishna. Chin Hase, but the comment,
Recording in progress.
what means so very easy. I don't 이도 대단 대단데 그래서 이해가 그것이 나한테 아직도 이 church 나다 journey and you need payback and oh you know we need to start catching up those called catching your church or wonder around not question out DDG Nahaba Hassan Adam Bez Ani Ben Hitnel Enigi Bego. So Kodi or Mark Johannes Lad or Lesashipe Hagan Tato. So she's Yagoshan on the Shola. The Arch Ingo Naso Ada underscore Nishia. Okay, so there it is. Condit suggestion is to leave 11 on there because it's already law. What you can do as a community, Joe, that is already law, but what you can do as a community is that you can request an amendment to it. The law can always be amended. That's what we can work on to amend that law. Research it, look at it, see where the flaws are, and then ask for a amendment to that law. The other one, we have something to do with it. The second one, the legislation, we can already draft up and say, look, take a look at this, involve these people. We can tell our council delegate to do that. Number 14, Joan Himaane, she's the one that had put that resolution on there. She said, I give it back to Mark. So we can choose to take that resolution off. Is that what you recommend to do? Since you're the motioner.
Since of that came up with that number 14, I want it remove often. Like I said, it's First Amendment. The state cannot interact separation of the church and the state government, federal and local chapter. Number 11, I want, since it's amend, I want that amend to accepting and support. That is not a good word. Accepting, yeah. Support, why can't we change that word to something else? Supporting. That means that we can amend whatever, since it's the law, but the law is meant to change. Okay? Again.
Okay, motion is made for number 11. Renelda. On the agenda. To open up discussion.
Yeah, so what was it they call it? The first one is the first motion, second motion. I'll just call it second motion. Priscilla. And then to do that to the agenda, I need a second. I need a second to support her second emotion. Second motion. This is emotional, people. I always say that. It's so funny for me. Okay, Drusilla. Drusilla Judge seconds the motion to change resolution number 11 to say supporting Navajo Nation Council and Navajo Nation President Boo Nygren on the passage of CYJ 3424 and affirming that all churches on Navajo land are recognized as places of worship. Put 23rd or 24th? Is it the 24th council? Is it the 24th council? Yeah. So put supporting 24th council. Navajo Nation Council and Navajo Nation. That's how it's going to read on our agenda. And then to remove number 14. And probably add there that the sponsor also said agrees to give it back to them and that it's removed. Okay? So all those in favor, raise your hands. Okay. HA, it's gonna be removed, so HA, church, when, if they want training, they have to request training for it.
Raise your hand. Who approves?
Number 14.
Number 11 is gonna be changed. The wording is changed to supporting. We're taking off accepting or approving. We're just putting supporting. And now, at number 14, we're moving it.
We're taking it off, deleting it.
Whatever is supporting every kid sees.
Yes, I agree.
Acknowledge about and she's supporting it. Because we acknowledge, but we don't have to accept it or refuse it.
Okay.
Or our needs it.
I think we're the first chapter that's gonna use technology.
That's true. I say.
What that means? Knowledge, knowledge.
one more and then we gotta move on.
She came up saying, hey, that, oh, update, anh gì đó mà sắp rồi giống kid updating the resolution. Because Elizabeth, it's all done wrong. So it's under Mark Tolman now. So what he's gonna have accepted, it will be accepted next month meeting, if not.
That's up to them.
If not, then so you check it out. The resolutions, you can go to the hard they don't what's your word? That's all, there's all special.
Chick Kodan says Zoom as the chapter president. I don't make decision on any of that stuff. But should nakain senigi e ya jadi church e asa pasindahasma doi ta ikes nita pastor dan dini e di churches ya tahanya e be bohni to yisya papaya hanachahi e be botahani di church to disney e be botahani ako dishin shilaj pastor masala e update so church di kaya hanin jahiti kaya update sa Disney patiti khatini do e pepe kohosni niki kodo chapter e do ben kohosni ta hala e do ni do na sos ben hitmasis sos separation of state and church yes state meaning government us as the legislative body of this chapter cannot tell any religious group how to run their church, how to do their church, what edota. Hala history tells, England, London, then United Kingdom, then Yashija, then Ade United. Hala religion, the king at that time said, this is what you're going to preach. This is what I want you to, I don't want you to stir up my people. No, yeah. So religious freedom in the said not is there. So when this country started, that's the first thing they said. The government will not tell us how to run our church. Pastor dani liben hita hosni ni hit khaya hana jahin dani ki ni ben hita hosni ko that government that hot on his ni egota ini so that's in the law of the United States Constitution. That's what it's written in. So ni hit khaya audit to the local level and then he escaped. We can't tell them. But if they bring a resolution to us, then we present it back to you as community members to say, oh, but that's the reason why I think President Nygren did away with that process. So that churches don't have to come before the chapters to get church site lease. That but now it's up to us as church community members to work on how we can work with paying fees or whatever that they want. To look at this law, to really look at this law and make amendments if we have to make amendments. So for that, you get that little time.
The way I understand it, number 14, it has nothing to do with number 11. Accepting and support the operation of the full gospel church in the Ts'ah Bii community. Support the update of its operation. It's 写的呀，那些 update 摆到是的，这些可是的你的那个中间的，那里在 update 的到你
Okay, hold on.
That's the understanding that I get from reading.
Yeah, the reason why they want to remove it is because it's not sponsored by the pastor. The pastor is not the one who brought it. It's a community member that brought it. Amy, now they want to remove that because that's up to them when they're ready to do that. That's up to them when they come put it before us. But that process is no longer valid because Blue Night Group said do away with that. Correct?
We haven't voted yet.
So,
We were getting ready, then
all
questions.
those in favor with what we said, I call it to a vote, no more discussion. Raise your hands.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
I see more than 24 in here.
24. Okay, Helroy, how do you vote?
Abstain.
All right, abstain. Sarah, how do you vote?
In favor.
25. Thank you. Priscilla, how do you vote? I'm assuming it's Priscilla Sosi. How do you vote?
Abstain.
Okay. Michelle Adson, how do you vote? Michelle Adson, how do you vote?
Abstain.
Oh, no, this is,
Steve.
there's more than 25 members.
Okay. Yes.
We have to have 25 quorum.
25.
Chapter members, 25 quorum to start the meeting and finish it.
No, we need 17 in here and 8 line.
Okay.
So, but anyways, 25.
Point of order. Okay.
My point of
25.
order is that you said that no more discussion, you guys are talking. So we already voted. So it
Yes,
should be yes.
and her question was on quorum, because we only had, how many
25.
voted?
25
25?
in favor.
Okay, and then opposed? And how many signed in?
Here. Please sign it.
We have 4 online.
46 and 50. 46 plus 4 is 50. Minus 1, 2, 3. No, 2. 1, and Robert 2. I think everybody else is a chapter member. Okay. The second motion that was made passes with 25 approvals or opposed, and 25 abstained because we have 50 people. 4 online, 46 signed in here. We need more people. We need, voting. Okay, back to the first motion, which is accepting the agenda. Now, with the changes that has been made, I call for the vote. All those in favor to accept the agenda as it was changed, raise your hands.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 29, 29, 29, 29, I got you. All right, 29, all right, good to go. 29 in person. Sarah Tooney votes in favor, 30. Elroy, how do you vote?
Abstain.
Okay.
Don't come home.
Michelle Adson, how do you vote?
Abstain.
Thank you. With that, total of 30. 30 here,
Opposed? Abstained? Okay, agenda is accepted and passed with 30 approvals, 0 opposed, 20 abstained. I'd just like to explain to you, that's how I do the records here. The approval, opposition, and then, abstain. I just take whoever voted, whoever said yes, whoever said no, minus from the total that is signed in, and that's what I put down for abstain. That's just to show the people or for records that we do have people at the chapter meeting. Okay, approval of the last meeting minutes, July 8th, 2024. Again, for those who are, these are always posted on the chapter website, on the FB, and then, out there for review. So, but there's the review. I need a motion, not E motion. Ronaldo, Willie? Second? Priscilla Denali? Questions, comments, concerns? Again, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your hands and raise them high.
30, 29. Looks like Elroy votes in favor, 30. Sarah, how do you vote?
I'm with it.
In favor, so 31. Okay, thank you. Priscilla? Sosi, how do you vote?
Approve.
Thank you, 32. Michelle Adson, how do you vote?
In favor.
33.
Opposed? Abstained? the last meeting minutes, July 8, 2024, passes with 33 approval, 0 opposed, 17 abstained. Okay, council delegate Herman Daniels is not here, so I'll give it to Robert, to give his report.
Chair or President, sisters, or Vice Chair, Shinanda, Chair, Shaidan, Honorable Secretaries, Secretary, Chair, Amigo, Ale, Yagi, Nahekani, Shady, Robert Black Jr., David Amigo. I work as the legislative district assistant for Delegate Herman Daniels. I started back in March 25, 2024. So this is starting March, April, May, June, July. So like 6 months, you could, I'm not too sure. But for Mr. Daniels, who could be here today because basically he's having some challenges. Starting out with his vehicle on this trip that he took to Salt Lake City. I lived on that to do for the streets. So he had to spend the night out in Spanish Fort and Tracy the next night I'm low at it. She's kind of enough to not like that. So he's ready to head back in. But hopefully he's back by now. So so I don't. Also, in addition to that, he has some health concerns, and he had to be He had to stay at home for a couple of days because of some of the illnesses that are going around, and complicated by other soft tissue infection. So he had to kind of lay low for a while at home. So he had to attend meetings. So, but for the most part, they went through the summer session, the 2024 Navajo Nation Council, and he attended and participated on all of the days that were set aside. Typically, he would participate in the horse riding and before heading into the council chambers on Monday. Because of his health. So, but he supported and pretty much all the activities that usually take place, preliminaries that are, I guess, historical in nature for the council session in the summer. I don't know. A lot of the times that he's been called to Wendourot is due to the Navajo Nation Council Law and Order budget meetings. As you know, Navajo Nation Law and Order has oversight over the judicial branch and then also the public safety divisions, including emergency management, police department, the various departments. So they're the oversight. So what Delegate Charles Newton, who's the chair, pretty much fine-tooth combs all of the money that's being proposed for next year's operation. So they're going department by department. And I guess and having sat through a couple of Delegate Charles Newton's sessions, she's really observant and very thorough in her review of the money that's going to be allocated to the various budgets for next year's operations. He was Delegate Daniels attending our Utah Tribal Leaders meeting in Salt Lake City area, primarily in Layton, Utah, and then also around a city north of Salt Lake City. I'm trying to remember that city, but that's where the tribal leaders from the recognized tribes get together to discuss items that need to go before the state legislature. So periodically they would go over what needs to go to the state for addressing Indian issues, Native American issues. They preview it and have a position on it, and that's pushed forward on to the state legislature for consideration for the upcoming year. So this is the second time in 2 months that he's been up there to meet with these leaders. So I don't know, the other thing that's been taking a lot of his time is addressing the issue that we have across in Paiute Mise, the Osage West Valley area. And AJ8, as you know, the Paiute Kanguya Tini Dahadan Stas and June 15. So ever since then, BIA roads and Navajo Division of Transportation and San Juan County and whoever else can help has been trying to figure out how to remove these big boulders that are blocking the road. So so that kind of generated an issue with the people living across, or not kind of, but it did cause for people living in the Paiute Mesa area to have only one way out, which is south towards Shantou on N6310. So, Todo
there's cleaning for drinking and hygiene and livestock issue, which is so I don't know the other saying that the yellow it's kind of sporadic and really sparsely in the areas they all flashed up that so I needed to take some time to not because there's a road that goes opposite N16 towards south of the Navajo area. I think now that it's A1, we should now that you can see if we can get somebody up there. So, but mainly we're trying to work with Navajo Nation Water Resources Department, NTUA, San Juan County, Navajo County, and whoever else could help us to try to alleviate the situation we have over there. So as you know, if you're way at the tip of Paiute Mesa, it's like 35 miles to Shantou one way, so that's not including your gas, your wear and tear on your vehicle, and then all the weight of your hauling back up there to get what livestock to get water. So we're trying to work on a resolution so that we can make it easier for them. He's been requesting also in the meeting, the state, so to speak, they can help us out. The Navajo Commission, you asked for their support, and Chairman Curtis and he asking for, or making the reference to the transportation and water resources so that they can provide some resources. The proposal for the TDK Senior and Head Start, EA, they're still pending. They're still drafting the legislation. Office of Legislative Council, GA, your case in this, so they haven't gotten to those ordinances to draft so that we can have it start waiting on that 5-day comment period. So as soon as I find out that it's moved on, we'll let you know. Today, the rest of the week, we're supposed to be taking meetings and then, so in spite of these issues with vehicles, I think he's on the progress meeting most of the week to primarily address the budget issues. I know that the comprehensive budget, which is the overall navigation budget, has to be completed by probably next NAMI meeting and have it ready for consideration for passage during the first week in September. So there's only like 2.5 weeks away. So they have to get all those monies that are being allocated for each area to be finalized and approved so that the council can approve the overall expenditures for next year. He also attended AMA Days. I just heard him speaking on the microphones. I haven't really had a chance to hear everything, but AMA Days, I was guest speaker to the video, so I made his presence known. So on behalf of the people that were requesting him to be on the agenda. So Taylor, so the next week she probably reviewed the budget, not the budget, but the ordinances that were going. One of them was that he did religion, and then I need the one for the Native American Church that was actually a resolution for ordinance like Ashiki. I don't know, put it back on the agenda now, but there's a resolution or legislation that's being proposed by George Toth There's one that's being proposed by Engineer Charles Newman. So, ADEA, and the only difference that I know between them is that George Toast's resolution in terms of how the area is going to be used is that the hands off. It's only way for the people that use it. I shouldn't say now. Now the other one, Charles Newton, it allows for certain visions to be done so where that it can also be open to outside entities to use certain aspects of the community. Then even though overall it opens the doors for certain factions of the people that are supporting it to say that you can do certain things with what is being derived from yogi. So the Ts'ah Bii have a chemical action that can take it, so you can pick out certain substances that you can use for pharmaceutical reasons. So I guess depending on how you look at it, Delegate Daniels, I think he's leaning towards supporting George Toast, meaning that hands off to everybody. It should be only to the Native American people who use this document for their religious purposes. He's kind of leaning that way. So I changed up the non-tech council. So that's the only one that I know that I'm still looking at to see how that one turns out. So, Chair, today,
Okay, thank you for your report. Questions, comments, concerns? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, Robert. Yeah, I'm Zany. I didn't know you represented our council delegate. I haven't seen you every time I go to chapter meeting, there's always a vacant spot, so thank you for your report. Appreciate it. And that's called communication.
Okay.
Okay. Western Agency Veterans Organization, we meet bi-monthly. Next meeting is at the 20th at Toneros. I know ICC, Delegate Daniels with the agenda and all that, but we get no feedback as far as its constituents in the lawsuit. So we have expressed certain issues, especially housing for veterans. And now the tribes spending millions of dollars, but there's none of those resources being allocated to Western Union. Western Union, I'm sorry. So the only council delegate that's got any concern for us is Elena. So I'd like to see more movement from other delegates as well.
Any other concerns? Questions? Comments? Okay. You can always contact Robert too, with any concerns that you have, if you want to talk to him privately, say any question, that you want the council delegate to know, look him up, run him down, say, hey. So. Okay, thank you. Our council delegate also we brought the council delegates chili beans chili beans is helping the council. Kashania, Gracie.
Righty. So, good morning, good afternoon, whatever. That's okay. Mikhail, we're done with everything, right? Head count. So you got nothing that somebody hasn't turned in your head count. We report it outside. Yeah. Although, we have fun all the way to the wall, jag ett år sedan sätter hon i Sverige och vi var spår och Wrangler. Så vi är ute och we try to give medicine, medication maybe, but we say, yeah, okay. And we're going on, it's special, listeners and they, so everything went well, and don't know if you have the business. So, nothing, although some of them, although on the they probably are working, they some weird contact, and some pick up their head, but they haven't yet. They are focused on we want to focus, rotate out the facing up the winter, not the make sure that you have your shots again, every 3 months, go to your shots to cattle, cows, horses, your veterinarian, you have to take the veterinarian. Horses, again, we are really, so you got to check. So it our person usually from the place of Mama. So thank you again for 20 years. You really stop. I see, you know, we are, but I learned a lot. Okay. Although the windmill long as the windmill is for the communities, the livestock water, giving it other livestock for fun out, no, so with that, we are not the pucker rods were broken. I'm checking out home out, maybe not in, must be now, I think so we're horses. So if you have the windmill out of order, make sure you tell me so I can put a request in it to the city today. That is up and name it. So we are across on it, so we have community water, the water from the the best thing is of maple fishing for out fishing the fishing is out of that chico. None of our other days have got it back up 13 dams. So we got that of nation or for young in I'm just keeping on my phone, fresh flat area, be warned emergency safety because, the safety, I need to say. But anyway, so everybody else, the whole, you run into those things out on the road. Especially in the heat, you would have that. So recently, I just found enough. I know you have it because what I need to see. Person that died from trying to go after looking for cows, had a heart attack, and not a lot on that. They got home on so really opening you do a new run-up, make sure you have water and everything taken care of. See, we get to hydrate up, so if you're near about water, we gotta rub it down with cool water spots on it. So be careful out there. Honestly, if there's no pain, make sure you're going somewhere, tell them, your people, your friends, your relatives, where you're going, get out there from the sales and say, so be out the spots on it. It is about that we can't go, yeah, lifestyle out of here. Your lifestyle, those are your life. Trong đi suy rằng cái này thì in not you don't need. I don't know, in the next 4 or 5 years, the pet can know it. Someone suspects, I'm thinking, because you don't know how they know it. So take good care of it. That's why I don't care. John number one, that thing, go and check up on it and see how many wild cows you have. You count it. Now we keep on us stuff, so it is, be careful out there doing stuff. So it is out the crossing. Go cat, none. Thank you.
Thank you for the report. Auto code and you need to take care of your livestock. That's what he tells me every day. Okay, Shauna, you did what? The chin down list that we have. All right, thank you so much. If there are no questions for them, we'll move on down the agenda.
On that windmill you're talking about, is there a way that you can stamp it with the tractor? Because people seem to think it belongs to them, and when you go to get the water, you get pictures taken of you.
Okay,
And I'm like, I help Bessie with that, and people seem to think that it belongs to them. They take pictures and videos of you while you're loading water. And I think it's inappropriate, because who knows what they're using it for. My picture, all I'm doing is getting water from that window.
okay. We as a chapter, we can only tell the people not to, the community wells, including the windmills that are around, that's for the whole community. It's not for one individual family, it's not for one area of the families. It's for everybody to use, that's why it's free. Otherwise, they would make you pay for this. But they're not, they are cheap and for everybody's time. But taking videos and pictures of people, that's invasion of privacy or invading on people's lives. You can't stop it, but just to say, have some respect, have respect one another. We're all relatives in this area. Auto bendan tipen chin, das nish hot and so Hajoshi shut it, shamash, auto, vision, shiyaj, shashina, aware. No. I know that I see that a lot of people doing that, but that's just like one person said, so what we were taught is not generating down generations. Today, social media, that's what I can just say is that, respect one another. But like I said, all the windmills that are in this area is for the community. If there's needing repairs or anything like that, report them to the grazing. If he tries to report, even though we put in so many resolutions, peso but we still say, we need this windmill fixed, we need this windmill fixed. Nothing major, yeah, just those, so cottage, like the one that's down there. Auto, anh nghĩ nan thì tổ, mình hãy na tầm một dân bê sổ đạo tất cả nó hấp kề hả nó. So we, as a chapter here, we already put in our want list. We want our windmills and our earthen dams to be fixed, so that it can help this community. No, so we already put those in again, and that's what we can do is just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Even though we're annoying to them by now, we still keep pushing. We still keep saying, so that's what we can do as a chapter, is to keep, and just to have everybody informed, the extra result. So that's what I can do as the president, is to let you know that these are things that we keep pushing, so that the windmills can all work in this area. Because what I was told is, they can go deeper tonight. They can drill down deeper to get to where the water is what I was told, so that's what we're pushing them with. Re-drill them, go down deeper to where the water is, so that water can come back out of the deepness. So we're working on those things. It may not happen tomorrow, but as long as we're got a voice, we're gonna voice it. So,
I don't understand when they say, peso, maybe just not the schools had a lot of fundings from the COVID. They should have COVID funding, the water was the main issue here on the reservation. It's not COVID now,你当下背手是爱因好的，也好是等于的，有时候呢是等于的，温度提高， so if you don't put SRP 我那实现个你会这样 SRP 手背手你得那watermill那I think the accountability is not into this because这辈子的运气。 That's it.
Yes, noted. Go ahead.
The question?
So maybe I want to know, Ms. Caesar, like, we're having us earlier, and I know you've met a number of judges, there's some people, I see Bessie and Open and some people, especially the real tankers say 30,000 gallons, it's diesel. And twice I said, oh, that went down. And I go, the next person I said this, because I had that one person, I mean, I go back and forth, I don't know what's going on. And I kind of mentioned that to that person, you have that advantage, you can't on diesel, you can't just take everything from here. You let it, the next part, and every day you drive on just numbers. I understand because that's where I was at. I provide you usually. It's 1,000. I try to because they drive us. Then it's not a. It's a call. But I day up there. But I want to sure, I sometimes want to go there. I don't. 이거 하시냐고 지금 선생님이 있어요. 또 그렇게 애들이 있잖아요. 힘들나 제대로는 근데 몇 가지가 전에가데 당대 가수 가수가 그렇게 된다. 그러니까 이 인생 전체에서 뭔가 그 시스템 또 I was to the communities, and we ended up with cancel the company, and then my boys had to go in there and clean it up. And we I know sometimes, one time I asked you, you should have thought that I told you, we kind of done that, so what should we do, should wrong? We kind of know who's doing it, because we should be not that you're it's not because that it's a problem, although we're trying to maintain that, keep it clean and the way I should have done. I should have kept it, I should keep it, the way I should have done, I should have done. I'm trying to keep that water clean. So no matter what you do, that's the case. I don't know who's taking pictures, but I assume that my boys, I'm today, I mean, sometimes I care, like I said, one person is really coming to it. Quite every day, one thing, I have to take it, and the next person in line, they know your case. Not their fault, it's not case. That's what I say.
Maybe it's a suggestion. Whoever that person does, then has to be a school in the meeting, and that's what it seems like. This one guy comes in with a big truck, but also not in Giga, not concerned about other people. Maybe as a chapter, you put some signs up and say, hey, be courtesy. I'm saying, hey, say for the rest of the other people. So people are unfortunate to have a big one, someone that might only have a 5-gallon can to go out there, and next thing you know, that guy here has a monthly income, not only depending on the government, yeah, but it's on the wall. The water is on the if you can afford a water, pay for it.
Who is to say how much a person takes, especially if you don't know the livelihood of people? I have 2 gallons. You know where the 2 tanks? Where does it go? It goes from here all the way across the canyon weekly to feed the cattle, to give water to the cattle, to fill up the stuff out there. You don't know people. You don't know where they come from. You don't know what their job is. But to say something like that and to assume that that's how they are, that we're greedy with that water, I just don't think it's right. One person can take whatever they want because they have to go across the canyon, give water to the cattle. And it's hard work. And we don't do it, nobody does it daily. Then they also have sheep here. So, I mean, I don't do it every week. But, I mean, when I'm asked to do it, I help. But, I mean, you try it for a day. You put 3 barrels in there and try to haul it across the canyon. The cattle out there will drink it no time. And you can't separate the cattle because some cattle come from the top, some cattle roam there, so you're pretty much feeding the whole community too there. You can't separate them. You can't tell a cattle, oh, they got made, oh, you can't say that. Cattle don't know. Livestock don't know. They don't know the difference, who their owner is. So even if I haul water across and take 2 tanks, I will still do it. Because those cattle are livelihood. And even if it gives water to the upper area, they're going to.
No, I wasn't specifically talking about her, I wasn't. To tell you the truth, we had to.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't something big, I know my neighbor, I lived that lifestyle, I know what she's talking about. It wasn't kind of bigger than her, but.
It was just,
It was something that was.
it's just a statement.
Oh, yeah, so it's just.
Oh.
Then just one person taking all that water, yeah, it's that's all.
Point of order.
Just to remind you, now hold on, so hold on, You go out there, 4 o'clock in the morning, there'll be truck line. Ada now, the go that makes another need. We used to get water from there, from a corn pit. And so I put on his knee there, and then I went up and.
You have to revise one online.
It should be posted on there.
So.
I can't, the old one, they get posted, this new one online.
Okay, so the discussion on this is that just consider one another, and I appreciate that my sister down there kind of keeps an eye on the windmill down there. But the thing, taking videos and pictures of people that come by, ABC, just kind of, whoever's doing it, just let them know that, that to put a stop to that. But to tell them verbally to be, especially the car washing, I don't agree with that. You want to wash your car, go to town and spend the money to do that. Or go to your house and wash your car at your house. DA at the net, Becca, she don't see, Becca, she don't see, not loshi. Okay, told it. So they put up on a chart, put up the chart. Now, here's a next time. Asian copy hard to beat. So from what I'm saying, what I'm hearing is that this one person is washing their vehicle with that water, putting soap into that water. And then they clean that out so that the livestock, any livestock or any animal that's out there can drink water. So I appreciate that. Respect one another in that way. But whoever is doing a video or taking pictures of people that go down there to use the water, that part of it needs to cease. But verbally, if you see it, stop it. On him, the water, if you see it, tell the person to stop that. So, even if we put up signs, we can put up signs, but it'll be taken down. We've done that with trash littering and everything, but the signs are always put down. So, but communication, telling each other, watching over each other, I think that helps more than anything else that can be said on a sign. So, okay, on to the next. We got 3 more reports that we really need to hear before we get to the resolutions. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to Shandi to give us a report on what's going on with the warehouse.
Shandi Lake, here I'm Michelin. Sorry, it takes me, I don't get asked to do my fans a little bit, so bear with me. So today here I'm representing Ocean One LLC, the project manager, James Stanford Lake, who's from Black Mesa. I'm from Elkhorn, but I'm both reside in Prescott. So we're here also with Rick Pierce, who is the general contractor. You'll kind of be seeing him in the back here most of the time. We're involved with 2 projects right now, which is the warehouse and then also the house wiring and electrification project. So, but I'll go over the warehouse first. So currently right now we had started the project this past month. So this month is really a lot of more updates of what has been happening. We have all of our design consultants. They're all currently working on things from architectural to structural, which we're also the structural team as well. With architecture, the floor plans, we have worked with the chapter officials, and we have approved a floor plan and the design for what the warehouse is going to be used for. And so that has been kind of really helpful for all of the design consultants to keep moving. Right now we're fighting a really tight timeline. This project, the is for 9 months. But currently, since we're working as a design build project, which right now we're very involved with the general contract, which is not very typical within different construction projects. And so right now we're having a design team and then also the general contractor right now who is preparing the site. As some of you guys saw earlier, he's right now he's crushing concrete, he's recycling concrete that's being used in the area, in the community, and he's using that as a base layer so that the stability of the land will hold the foundation really well. And so right now that's what he's working on, but they're kind of staying around. But as I said, we're running time, so we need to start pouring foundation before winter happens. And so we have the survey team here on Friday, which is one of the critical things that we needed for most of our design consultants to keep working, so we can hit that deadline and be able to pour by the end of September. And so that's our goal right now. So right now, as a whole in the project, we're at 27% completion, and right now we're fighting time to be done by the end of April. That is the goal for the entire project. And I think I had covered a couple of renders. So just so I know everyone's visual people, we want to see our visual people. So we did like a rendering of how big this building is, which is 50 by 80, and it'll be located here on the north side. And so that's kind of what the approved colors that we have for the chapter officials. And then as well, this is kind of exactly what it looks like. It's going to look like in the interior space. It's housing a office space, there's storage, bathroom, and then also a vehicle lift, and then also storage on that second level. And so it's just an area, we know that the community needs more storage space essentially, and then also area for the backhoe and tractors. So just for security reasonings, and so that's kind of, we definitely figured that we needed to, we considered a lot of things when we were designing this as well. So that's kind of one of the things that we've been going through. In terms of our other project, the electrification project, we had just started that this past week. Since I'm part of that team as well, I'm also a certified drone operator. And so we went to the sites last week, and then also last month we did an assessment with our general contractor and also with Stanford Lake, who's also the project manager. And we just went to see the sites, what they were going to be like. And then I took photos, so we can do before and after, so at least there's a lot of documentation. Our team, I fly the drone a lot, so I will be documenting with the drone the progress with this construction. So at least there's a lot of transparency with our team, within the chapter officials, and just so at least you guys know what's going on. We'll be making reports of this every month. And so along with the electrification project, today, Rick Pierce isn't here, but the reason that is because he's taking the electricians, he's going out to those homes today to show them what it is, and so, which will help me, who am also in charge of the schedule for both projects, and it'll give me a better idea of what the schedule will look like, that is also a 9-month project. And then, I'll be giving the chapter the schedule as well, so I can be accountable. Any questions? Okay.
I just walked out, before the chapter meeting, we walked it down, and I talked with Rick out there, and it's a great project. I like it. And then I got a question is, is it gonna be the same, going at the same time, the electrical and the warehouse project at the same time?
Yes, currently we're going at the same time, but again, based on wiggle room between certain things, because it is a design build. The warehouse is a design, it's a bigger project, so right now, there'll be times where Rick and the team as well, that's gonna be out here and then being out there as well, so we're both managing both projects, and so that's.
And another question is that, are the local people, like, I know, like, not tradesmen or like,
laborers or something, or are you gonna use the local people?
That's highly encouraged by the general contractor. I'm currently not aware of who he's gonna be filling. I'm not entirely sure, but I can get that answer for you. But that is a person that that's a big reason why we chose him as a general contractor because he was local people and we try to also educate them as well.
Okay, Joe, the warehouse and electrification project, what's up in before that? County manager, do you have any updates on the renovation?
You just want the update? Okay.
Yeah, just where you're at, how many homes are completed?
Oh, good afternoon, good morning. Good afternoon, guys. You guys all know we're running building, the shop manager here. We started off with the warehouse, which was, a month ago. We got our first monthly report from them, I say that. One, LLC, I would say, but it's not one. But they, for the warehouse, they did their first, monthly report, which was, done at the beginning of the month. And for the warehouse, that's what I was going to specify, and then for, like you said, for the household, they're starting today. So there's like a little gap in between, one month apart. So the duration of the completion of the project will be 9 months. So simultaneously, one's going to end and the next one's going to be the following month. So that's how the project is right now. So they're not simultaneously in the same together. So that's what I just want to provide that information for you. That's what you're saying you want to feel the same. What you said was true, though. It's kind of good. But for the renovation, we're doing this 30 homes right now. We just finished off. Actually, we're in the third one, we're going to the fourth one, starting Wednesday. So tomorrow, actually Thursday, we're doing that because Wednesday is a holiday. Tomorrow, we're going, the contractor for Rick contractor that's out there, he's going to help the opera team right here. That burnt down store that's at the crossroads, we're going to take all those metals, we're going to load them up in the truck. Rick is going to help us out, so we'll have like 2 or 3 trucks to take those metals to recycle to page 1 tomorrow. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to clean up that little area down there with the help of the upper team and the help from Rick, the contractor. So we're going he's going to utilize the foundation, the material, the material at the bottom to finish off this concrete for the warehouse. So that's the recycle, yes. So then recycle that whole thing and then we're going to clean it up. And he says he'll clean it up and make it nice. So it doesn't go like really out of the way. So that's part of that's going to be going on tomorrow. We're going to be doing that. We're going to be busy over there tomorrow. But we're on number 3 right now. We finished 2 projects. The reason why we're doing projects is, okay, this last one is a really interesting one because we have people, I have my team that works there every day, okay? And remember, if you're on a job, there's someone, I had 2 elderlies that we were working with, which is Paul and Rose Hurley. Elderlies. But the hard part was their grandkids lived with them, okay? It's a hard situation because we can't have these elderlies go out their homes and
go elsewhere, because they're saying that a lot of their children work elsewhere, and they don't have that's the only home they have. But we try to work with them. We try to work with these elderly to be still in the home as we work with for doing the renovation of their homes. But we run into situations where these kids, they stay with their grandmas, grandpas, and they drink. Okay? I don't like that, because this is what happened over a week last week. I had to stop that renovation project because of the situation that happened there today. These kids were drinking all day while my team was working there, while the grandma and grandpa was sitting inside. Okay? The team did the right thing by just saying, these guys are saying words to them. Saying, you guys did this, you guys sucks, and everything like this, you guys do this and that. You guys did a good job. The team did all me. That happened on Thursday last week. And I stopped that renovation because I don't want to take my team back over there if these grandkids will be doing that to my team. I need you guys to realize this. Hopefully everybody here listens, because if your grandkids stay there and they do this, we're going to move on, because we don't want this situation. We don't want this influence us as making us bad, or any of my workers getting hurt and everything like that. I can work about my team. I have 27 more teams, so 27 more homes to do. I'm not just in there, sit there and lie. That's why this home wasn't completed. It was like 80% complete. We did the whole roof. We did the sidings. We did windows for all of them. And all we would do was paint the inside to make it nice. But we ended up doing that because these two kids were inside saying stuff to my team. So I'm not going. I told them, I'm not going to let you guys do just drop what we did. At least we got 80% of it. We put new windows, new doors, 2 front and back doors. We finished up the inside doors. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 rooms and 1 bathroom. All the doors are fixed. And our last thing was to paint everything inside and everything done. But these kids, this is up for them. But hopefully someone can relate to Paul early family to have these kids removed so we can continue to finish this painting inside. Because I don't want my team going over with them doing drinking and everything like that. So my team was telling me that they were drinking all day. They had to work with that all day. And so I was thinking they were leaving, they started yapping away and telling my crew that they didn't do a good job and everything like that. I don't appreciate that. So I was stopping that project with that. So right now I've got 2 homes that are complete. This 3rd home would have completed by today. We all the sprays and everything. So we're almost done with that one, but we're moving on to the 4th one. So the listing right here, you guys in the agenda. I think it's an agenda, the resolution right there for, is it 12? Let's do it 11. Oh, it's 12 right there. No, that's down the other one. 30 homes, it's got the other one, that's 6, I think that's 6. No, they're not. Right there. Number 8 there. These are all the 30 names that you guys received in this attachment. You guys approved, accepted approving this resolution because of all these 30 people that were selected. And we're going on number 4 right now, out of 30. Time and pace, we're on 4, 5. We didn't expect. The first 2 months were where we had trainings for these 6 to 7 individuals, including myself. We went to OSHA training, OSHA 10 training. We got certified in that. We had to do CPR. We had to do CPR, all these other training before we started on this project. So it was time consuming because when we did these, OSHA training, they had to wait for the OSHA team from Nova Nation to actually get here. It took them like a month and a week just to get here for trainings. So we're kind of like behind on this, project for the 30 homes, but we're putting pace, we're catching up. So, we have pictures from the first 2 homes, from the construction completion, we have pictures of that. And this third one, from the where it started to the 85%, we still have, pictures and everything going on right now. So now we're on the 4th one. So on month 5, we're kind of behind like in 2 months, according to, our project, completion, because we have the September of 2025 to finish up this 30 homes, next year. So we were a year and 2 months. So the pace we're going with, we're kind of like behind, so we're traveling, but we'll try to catch up and everything like that. This will probably help us out a lot, doing this home and everything like that. So that's my part, the project for the chapter. The chapter is viable for this renovation. We did everything to get, for one, to get certified and contract with both projects. Chapter did that. Then we did our own, we're doing our own renovations through the chapter. We hired people to do these renovations for the community. So that's the process that is going on right now. So we appreciate everybody's, hopefully we'll get everybody out of these 30 homes. There was 40 applicants, 10 of them which was selected because of so the way the workers spoke, the way it was written from Earl 2021 and down 22, it specified that 30 homes in the community is only can be selected. So we couldn't do all 40 people. Even though the money wasn't falling to their extent, according to the workers' scope, we got to go to 30 homes. So it's not the nominations funding, that's why it's federal government. So we gotta go by their laws and everything. So that's the difference. Okay? So all this money is the federal government, it's not nomination. Well, any questions, guys? If not, let's go to the junior meeting. You did the right thing. I you on that one, take your team out of there, because that some person will not know what's going on, and a bunch of them are in prison because of treating teenagers that they blacked out. So if it escalated some more, then it could have been worse. So that's a good job. Yeah, and if this happens, any of this, it would have stalled the project too. And then if anything happens to my group or to the person, we had to go through all this stoppage, and then we would have lost more time on the project process completion. So that's why I told them to come out. Let's just get all our supplies. We were over this morning about all our supplies. So now we're looking at this person. Okay? Like you said, you're going to OSHA 10, so OSHA 10 has a big foot in it. Yes. All right, guys, thank you.
Okay, thank you for all the reports. Okay, communication is vital, Hadisha. Despite Hassan Moyat, Ako kaderi ati resolutions stay all the way to the end of the resolutions. That's what I ask of you. We're gonna go to number 1.
Number 1, TBK 2024-225-001, accepting and approving the July 2024 budget report. Okay. Number 1 is general activity fund is $7,046.68. Personnel and travel is $83,633.02. Trust fund and land claims is $8,992.42. Summer youth is $2,495.88. Housing discretionary funds is $16,607.57. Local governance at LGA, which is $8,692.18. Chapter official stipend is $10,000.03. General scholarship general fund is $14,244.00. Scholarship claim fund, which is $3,716. PEP, which is Public Employment Project, which is $21,749.59. Veteran funds is $8,988.78. Emergency is $58,331.37. Chapter maintenance operations is $5,202.56. Navigation sales tax is $26,669.30. Agricultural fund, which is $3,278.47. Unhealthy food tax is $102.90. Then the ARPA funds is $159,763.06, bringing a total balance of $439,513.81.
Okay, current budget, engineer, do I have a motion? Gail,
Priscilla.
Peyton, Priscilla, Denali. Questions, comments, concerns? Okay, now, hey, y'all, I'll go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor, please raise your hands.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 23, 24, 25, 25. Okay, 25. Priscilla, how do you vote?
Approve.
26. Thank you. Keisha Industry, how do you vote? Keisha Industry.
Yeah,
How do
I'm
you
here.
Do you approve?
Yes.
Thank you. 26.
Opposed? Abstain. Abstain.
3.
Okay, TVK 2024-225-001 passes with 26 approvals, 0 opposed, and 24 abstained. Okay, number 2.
Number 2 is TPK 2024-225-002, accepting and approving the monthly cash receipt deposits for July 2024 in the amount of $911.89 as budgeted.
Okay, motion, Renelda Louis. Second. Priscilla Denali. Questions, comments, concerns? If there are no questions, comments, or concerns, all those in favor, please raise your hands.
Okay. 14, 16, 17, 18. 18,
Same.
20, Priscilla approves. Kishla, industry, how do you vote? Okay, 23.
Opposed? Abstained? TBK 2024-225-003 passes with 23 approval, 0 opposed, 27 abstained. Number 3.
We just voted on 2. Okay, number 3 is TPK 2024-225-003, accepting and supporting for student financial assistance to the eligible applicants in the amount requested.
Okay. Then number 3 is for financial assistance, student financial assistance. How many do I have here? 3, 4 of them, all 4 are here. So what I want them to do is come up here and introduce themselves, where they're going to school and what they're going to school for.
I see.
Hello, my name is Leanne Crypto. I'm going to interview to major in finance. And Jay, Khadija, 13 was she, and Ashi, this is Jay, and Sabaha, this is Jay, Ashi, this is Hi, I'm Jade, and I'm going to go to Fort Lewis. I'm going to run for them, and I'm also going to pursue my education with them. And I'm going to study exercise physiology to become a physical therapist. My grandparents are growing in a community, and my parents are from Iowa Black. I will be going to Clark University, where I will be playing softball for them in the spring, and I will be majoring in nursing. I'm going to school at Northern Arizona University as my third year there, and my major, I'm majoring in biomedical science and chemistry, and my minor is in Ts'ah Bii.
So, on a lecture, in this resolution for the financial assistance, I can't introduce it up those guys, hold out in the name of basically, the cut each year, that's how I like to do it, so. Do I have a motion? Billy, you second? Billy.
Jim.
Did you second or motion?
No, Billy and then Jim.
Okay, Billy Goodman Jr. motions, and then Jim Synergy seconds. Questions, comments, concerns?
My question is, from my standpoint of view, I overheard earlier say that anything requesting for funding, they gotta be here during this time. So, this is just a question that I want to ask. So, my grandkids are already in school. One, because of sports, they got scholarship for sports. One is in Maine, she went back 2 weeks ago. Other one is in Haskell, but 2 weeks ago, they played volleyball, they got scholarship. What about for those people in those cases, case like that?
What we do, that's the reason why we have virtual attendance. If they can, if they do have the time, they can come on to the virtually attend and say, hey, I'm here, I'm this person and stuff. The other part of that is that they have support, like, relatives, family, grandma, grandpa, so kind of. But what I would encourage is that if they have time, when we have during right at this minute, they can go ahead and come on and just introduce themselves and say, or even, what do you call it, video call, just so that they know. But the most important thing is that there's support for them, family members that are here for them, if they're not able to come in person.
Yeah, they have training all day, practice all day before school starts. Thank you.
That requirement for the people receiving funds being in person, John. No, I'm not the guy, I was presented. So it's not really a requirement. So I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, it's, like I said, that part of it is just a courtesy. If they're here, I like to have them introduce themselves. But the representation, that's part of it. Whoever have them come with some support. And the reason being is sometimes we only have, 25 members here? So it's nice to see support for our children. Okay, questions, comments, concerns, other than that? And then, I'll go ahead and call for the vote. Those in favor?
I have a question.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yes, my daughter, she applied for financial aid, but she was told that she has to be in attendance in the meeting. But now you say that she can be mentioned on online. She was online, but now she had to go to school. This is Priscilla Sosi. I'm speaking for behalf of my daughter, Michelle Letson.
Michelle is gonna be on the agenda next month, not this month.
Yeah, that's I guess Vernon told her that she had to be in person, so she just extended to next month.
I was the one who talked with her, and I told her that if she can be here, that would be great. But like I said, we all have, we approved, this chapter approved to have virtual attendance. So that is what I was telling her. And then I also am the one that told her, since she was just now putting her application in at the beginning of this month, it's gonna have to come next month.
Oh, okay.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go put this to the vote again. All those in favor, please raise your hand.
Priscilla, how do you vote? Keisha, how do you vote? Thirty-four. 34.
Okay, opposed? Abstain. TBK 2024-225-003 passes with 34 in favor, 0 opposed, 18 abstain. Number 4.
Number 4 is TBK 2024-225-004, approving and supporting the housing discretionary assistance to the eligible applicants in the amount of $250 to their selected vendor.
Motion? Billy and Gail. Motion by Billy. Second by Gail. Yes, and we have one applicant for the housing discretionary. Questions, comments, concerns? At that note, I'll go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor, please raise your hands.
Thirty-two. Priscilla, how do you vote?
Approve.
33, thank you. Keisha, Industry, how do you vote? $33.
Opposed? Abstain. TBK 2024-225-004 passes with 33 approval, 0 opposed, 19 abstain. Number 5.
Number 5 is TBK 2024-225-005, approving and supporting the budget transfer of $750 from Fund 01-6615 Bank Services and Charges to Fund 016300 Office Supplies, $750 to cover the shortfalls to date that were not anticipated.
Okay, motion? Priscilla? Second? Okay, questions, comments, concerns? At that note, I'll go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor, please raise your hands.
Priscilla, how do you vote? Keisha, Industry, how do you vote? Votes in favor, thank you very much. 33.
Opposed? Abstain? TBK 2024-225-005 passes with 33 approvals, 0 opposed, 19 abstained. Number 6.
Number 6, approving and supporting the budget transfer of $8,000 from Fund 36-6380 Building Materials to Fund 36-6801 Construction Equipment, $8,000 to cover the shortfalls to date that were not anticipated.
Motion? Thomas?
I'm thinking, 6 and 7 coming from the same budget, if we could combine those two.
What we were told is that anything that has to do with monetary value, we have to separate the resolutions. Okay, motion? Ronaldo and Thomas. Right. By the way, thank Shana Thomas too for bringing the babies. And also thank Clutzy members for bringing condiments. Okay. Questions, comments, concerns? No. Put it to the vote, call for the vote. All those in favor, please raise your hands.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30. Priscilla, how do you vote?
Approve.
Thank you very much. And Keisha votes in the affirmative, so we have 34.
Okay, opposed? Abstain. Okay. TBK 2024-225-006 passes with 34 approval, 0 opposed, 18 abstaining. Number 7.
Number 7, TBK 2024-225-007, approving and supporting the budget transfer of $1,500 from Fund 36-6380 Building Materials to Fund 36-6390 Other Supplies and Expenses, $1,500 to cover the shortfalls to date that were not anticipated.
Thank you. Motion? Gail? Kate and Priscilla Denali. Okay, questions, comments, concerns? Go ahead.
So like you said, the wording says that the supplies expense, the shortfall, supplies, and the construction equipment. I guess I should have asked a question on number 6, man. I don't have that agenda, so I can see 7. So, they need to do some more good calculation of their estimates, so that's all I'm gonna say. Their estimates are supposed to be
Okay.
a little bit like 10% of all their, so maybe the inflation thing is a little boost on when the contract was being ready.
Yeah. These fundings, though, with the big numbers, they have to do with the ARPA. ARPA has its own, line items, like, let's say, construction or materials. They have it budgeted out, but like you said, in between those lines, some of the line items still have a bigger, money that's left over in them. But let's say lumber costs us more. But what else do we get?
lumber, and then they get the windows, the doors.
Like windows, budgeted. But the windows might have more money in it, but because of lumber costs over here, all they do is just transfer the monies between that, but they're still all under the same, building material. Budget will be the same one, so in between the line items, they can do that. And like you said, right now, the lumber cost has gone up, but these budget CP that were already made from the beginning, it took some time, so right now, this is what's left of the first portion of the ARPA money that's given us. For a while there, we were $1 million chapter. Now we're back down. So now we're waiting for the second allotment to come in. Once we're 80% complete with this, they send us the second part of the budget. So these budgets will go back up again. But right now, like lumber costs, he tries to do what he can with what based on what's going on right now. But unfortunately, we do have a shortfall in certain line items. So, any other questions, comments, concerns? At the area, I'll go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor, please raise your hands.
$34. Priscilla, how do you vote? No, you went back on mute, so. Keisha, how do you vote? She votes in the affirmative, 35.
Opposed? Abstain. Okay, TBK 2024-225-007 passes with 35 approvals, 0 opposed, 17 abstain. Number 8.
Number 8, TBK 2024-225-008, accepting and approving the FY 2024 and FY 2025 renovation project. These 30 names listed and area 1 through 5 coordinates will be assisted through the renovation and weatherization project in the attached document.
Okay. Motion. Terry Hurley. Second is Priscilla Denali. Questions, comments, concerns? There's no questions, comments, or concerns. All those in favor, raise your hands.
35. Thank you, Keisha. Priscilla, how do you vote?
Approve.
36.
Opposed? Abstain? TBK 2024-225-008 passes with 36 approval, 0 opposed, 14 abstain. Number 9.
Number 9. TBK 2024-225-009, accepting and supporting the renovation of the Ts'ah Bii Senior Center.
A motion? Priscilla? Second? Jim? Questions, comments, concerns? Ateno A, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, please raise your hands.
Priscilla, how do you vote?
Approve.
Thank you. 35, and Keisha votes in the affirmative. 36. 36.
Okay, opposed? Abstain? Okay, TBK 2024-225-009 passes with 36 approval, 0 opposed, 14 abstain. Number 10.
TBK 2024-225-010, requesting and supporting the Navajo Nation Department of Transportation and NDOT or the BIA or Bureau of Indian Affairs, BIA Transportation Department to repave the Navajo Route 16 south to the Grazing District line, Grazing District 2, fence and cattle guard.
Motion? Jamie? Notice me, and who did I see? I think it was Dale. Okay, questions, comments, concerns?
Why are we stopping at the district line?
Pat put in, all the way to, the tunnel to 160, but they always tell us that we need support from Tonalia, because that's in Tonalia's district. So we just said, okay, well, we'll just do it up to the, District 2 line, where the cattle guards is.
Anybody asked Toledo?
We keep telling them, but it's not a priority for them, that's what they tell us. They have the other priorities. And I'm like, what about for your people that are living on that road?
For schools also.
Can you put that recorded for me, because I know the officials over there.
No.
They'll deny you.
Commonly, a bus goes down there all the time.
Yeah, and we tell them that too, but they don't either. And even this last time, what was his name, Slim? Tashoni Slim? Yeah, I think Tashoni Slim. We had got the budgeted and everything for that road. Then he went in there and tried to deter that money elsewhere. To Red Lake, logical. So I was like, no, that's money that we advocated for this road, so you need to keep it here. So that's what we told them. So they tell us sometime, they told us that it wasn't really a priority. Why keep working on this? It can be an emergency road. EMT can use that road. Buses go down that road. It could be an advocate for the elderly, but we're constantly asking this way too. But now, since there's election season, This is in Coconino County, so now we have a different, gonna have a different, district representative. We're gonna hit that person with it too, whoever wins the beat, we're gonna hit that person with that too, because I believe that they consider it part of the county roads too, parts of it. So that's what we're gonna do with that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Over in St. John, when I lived in St. John for a while, I was able to kind of, they had achieved about that division over that. They don't have enough residents like we have out of the rural area, so I don't understand why we can't get money from the county. And where does it go? Does it go to the winter lot like everything else and it disappears over there? So the NDOT should be a different division, but then I don't understand that. Greg, Larry Haas, he was on the highway department. So resurfacing like planning board. We advocate for Shanto. Shanto, you know what? I mean, we need something to be done, and we can road back in, said then what the plant breaks it through, I don't know, then the water goes in there, and then it freezes and buckles it up and all that stuff. Yeah, we built up the northern side.
Since NDOT took it over from BIA, Larry passed done that, it was BIA, it was under BIA. But since NDOT was established, NDOT took over the roads, taking care of what BIA used to take care of. We can still go to BIA, but they're gonna just throw it back over there and say, NDOT, take that roads. County, we've been under case for all these years. We were under Lena Fowler's representation all these years. But she has not yet, up to this day, not really helped with anything in our community, I think. The only people that really helped with anything, like the tables and chairs we have, was Navajo County. Our community is a little bit into Navajo County. They help us. But other than that, our own Coconino County, a roads that so, but now we're gonna be in a different district, So we're gonna do that same thing again, is hit them with saying, help us with this, we're in this community, we're in this district. Your representative, when it's money in November, that's who we're gonna be here. And say, hey, help us with this road, even later, help us with that. So that's what we plan. Bella already has a list of projects that we're gonna ask Coconino County to help us with, as well as Navajo County, because there's a little portion that's into Navajo County over there. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
Jamie.
Oh, Jamie.
Maybe get supporting letter from the village and the police department, anything that they told our business using that, get supporting letter and pass it to us.
We can do that. Thank you for that suggestion.
If you go look at Google Maps, there's Navajo County, so they did that, that's not, we don't have a small portion, but we have the whole northern, that's all in Navajo County.
Go ahead, Lou.
As we were the current supervisor that's just studying at Neville County. You know, when you're talking about roads, that's what Jonathan Nance was there. And his successors, yeah, they only got much of that. And the person that's there right now, put the phone on Neville County, and I need to know. She won't acknowledge it, she doesn't, Ts'ah Bii King, she won't come and campaign with you guys. Because as far as she's concerned, Shanto is not one, Ts'ah Bii King is not. Yeah. So, I know, you're not supposed to endorse anybody or whatever, I don't see it, but this person that's there right now, you talk to her, invite her to your meeting. But, maybe, whoever's running against her might be more viable, I don't know.
Yeah.
And remember, Jonathan Nance is ready for us as a state, U.S. representative for us, for this area.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll invite them. Okay, any other? At that note, I'll go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor, please raise your hands.
Keisha votes in favor. 36. Priscilla, how do you vote?
Approve.
Thank you. 37.
Okay, opposed? Abstain? TBK 2024-225-010 passes with 37 approval, 0 opposed, 13 abstain. Number 11. Struck out again.
Number 11, TBK 2024-225-0011. Acknowledge the 24th Nomination Council and the nomination President Blue Nigrin on the passage of CJY 3424 and affirming that all churches on Navajo land are recognized as places of worship.
Motion? Ms. Locke? Second? Sure. Reworded. We reworded it. Okay, questions, comments, concerns?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
That is bringing all churches. One time we ran into Native American church with the Christian church. Are they talking about two different churches, or is the Native American church is combined with the Christian church on that?
He did specifically clarify that.
As far as I know, Native American church and traditionals, I thought there's legislation for them already. The churches, I'll say Christian churches, they were put through a process of applying for church mission sites. That's the only thing that it's talking about, this legislation, is the church mission sites. So you have to go through a process before you come before the community, get it approved, and then from here it goes to the council. it gets approved there, and then it goes to the land department to give you the mission site lease. Auto-aid that mission site lease, you have to update it every so often, come and go through that process for church site lease. What President Nygren did with this legislation is to stop that process for church site leases, that they don't have to come here, that they can just directly go apply for a church site lease and get it approved there.
Like I said, I'm getting very familiar with this JY 2624. He didn't specify in here, site lease, yeah? Site lease, yeah? He didn't indicate how many acres. He didn't indicate it on there. So they're not like home site lease, right? You're given 1 acre out of church acres. And this one he made is 26 page. He didn't really say how many acres. And that's why I'm telling you, it's not finished. He didn't actually go by tribal law. This is his own doing with his own grouping. So there's a lot of missing links in there that's not connected to the Navajo tribe. That's it, so be careful on that.
Thomas.
那个I guess just the one that so with their Mark so talks about he told the 50 worshipers that he directed Navajo divisions and departments to work with all faith, including in NAC, traditional and Christian community. So that thing right there is anything that will benefit the human.
Specifically, it's general, just the word church.
Church, that's NAC and Native Americans, and then Navajo traditions, it's just now to benefit the health, shouldn't it?
I think that resolution over there is just for full gospel. Right? Oh, okay.
Like, excuse me, like I said, there's no facts put into it to really put it out to where. Facts, I mean, they couldn't, facts that you're gonna have this. Like I said, this other, the RJ, 2624, it was driven by the tribal law. This one is not driven by the tribal law. So he's overstepping what was done, and then the House come out, all the presidents, and they addressed that, they generated tribal law, people that to work for all people. That's how this was done. Could you add that?
To me, it's just an application.
Native president.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, I is the boss, it doesn't matter. So family member, Greg, I had call family like 4 pieces family member there call. Greg is up down, Greg is the home side lease. I'm not Greg down the they did the cow, Greg. Church side lease the technique, TV go down, technique, Greg on it, other than Greg, the resident man, they changed religion. Then there is a government into the anybody can put it on there, because that's the site for worship, yeah. So everybody wants to go, so, my sister said, they go, but, okay, fine, yeah.
Oh, Shanti?
I guess, for me, I have a different understanding of what this legislation says.
But you gotta read the whole thing to understand it.
But what this legislation mainly is on church site lease application process. Because before the Ninigi, the process that they have with the land department is, this is how it was. The Navajo Nation General Land Department required an application, a chapter resolution, proof of church incorporation, and all land clearance departments, and a council delegate endorsement. Now that endorsement is not needed as long as there is community support. That's what the process was. The process for a church. So many churches, to establish themselves as a church on the Navajo reservation, this is the process they had to go through to get support, community support, not only community support, but to have the council delegate represent them at the council chamber to get it approved over there. That's what the process was. So the process, where you have to have a delegate to take that legislation for you, that's the process he took out. But this one is just on the process of church site. So churches that are starting, they have to go through all of this. I know that community church over there went through all of this, getting all clearances, everything. The church down there went through the same thing. LDS and they went through the same thing. They had to have all that in order to get a church site. So what the president did with this process is take a part of that out. Because as you all know, when it gets to the council chamber, politically, it starts to be so that part of it is, I guess you could say he took the political process out of it.
I got one thing about that. You all pop up with that, all churches. All pop up with all church houses, without the regular procedure of paperwork.
The way I look at it is, so they let the look out there and then they can, does that open the door for on-site leases? That's what it's opening to. So yeah, I think yes, and the non-sport organization is on-site is outside, the church, church, and in they see they can do the same thing. On-site vision for Navajo Beach. They have a company in our home on top of the dam. Sunday, they can move up here. Anybody can move in here. So the long time, somebody they come from them and their home site is what so he follows the process.
because it's all about us, yeah, the way they can just move in without any change. It's our big, yeah, it's another message. C'est dans la bonne société, acknowledge the great house. The share, the standard get out support, it was a job, was support there. They don't have
And then as you can see, relating to law and order, resources and development, look at that national word. That's what we're doing, and there's a committee for it. So we're part of the committee, on he is right. He wants to use something that is very fragile, which is the churches, and he'll slowly go into your backyard. There's a procedure that we have to go through the regular procedure protocol here. Certain people has to agree to get their home site lease open for that person to live there. And you go, oh, we did it for the churches. That's a community. Now we're going to the people. You don't have a right to do that. See, that's what I mean. I don't want the government to control you guys. Right?
We get money from them.
And
that's why it talks for you guys.
It's campaigning right there.
Department school.
okay, Danny,
Yeah, on that situation, yeah, I think it needs to be more specifically saying that this church apathy, because I know federal government recognizes NAC as a church, and Medicine Man are also recognized as a church, and we're Christian are also recognized as a church. That one says only churches, meaning all of it. Well, the great I was in the car, NAC na po days these times the week I want to take a car to the following night. Can't maybe one told the revival one told the worship center in the has don't mean then not get the door check work out. Ebony now, that needs to be changed. The wording needs to be changed. We need to definitely find out what churches are they talking about.
right
It's like having a deck chili that you're on, chili as a candy that is cheap, you know.
Right there, it says approving amendments to 16 Alco Nation Code and 1153 regarding the contents of an application for a mission site permit. That's what it's talking about.
Okay, mission can be interpreted different ways. Mission can be done. Mission means to teach, but we're all different. Different culture. Mission means to teach. I can teach a religious way. I can teach traditional way. I can teach this way. That's what a mission is. Mission is not only pertaining to church. Okay? Know those vocabularies.
Mission is your job description.
You can mission to your own kids.
According to Navajo Nation Code, that is talking to churches.
But it doesn't explain. There's no reference points on it. There's supposed to be a reference point in there going back that way.
It does, 16 Navajo Code and 1153. That's where it talks about church site leasing. That's where it talks about it. That's what they're referring to, this legislation.
Right here.
Does that code definitely emphasize which religious church he's talking about?
It says mission,
1153.
according to Navajo Nation Code, after amending it.
So
At that time, they were talking about churches. Mission was equivalent to church, ita, back when ita. And like Billy said, this legislation is already law because it's passed. So now the only thing we can do as a chapter house is to request to
Amen.
amend. That's what we can do because this part of it is already law.
But then, if it's already the law, why are we amending it? That's the word again, amending it. Amending it means
Because
patch it and kind of change a little bit. If they say this is the law, amendment means to change certain, tweak it, in other words. Okay, what's that? So
Billy?
this is still in the drafting program, you guys.
Alrighty. Let me educate you guys some more. 3424 is the law saying these religious sects.
Just open
Their process is easy. There's none of me. He doesn't specify who, what type of religion, all that stuff. All that stuff is RDC, Resource Development Committee. They make the rules. They wrote the rules. Scroll back down. Right there, that's the rules. That's the rules of which is like right now.
Which one do you want?
Right there, Division of Natural Resources. These are the amended rules. This is the law that was adopted in that legislation. The legislation said we call mission churches. When I was growing up, there was only one mission. That's the one right here. And we all referred to it as a mission. Now, all these other churches, they weren't in existence except for the LDS one. So, back when we were, it's not, I don't have any chaotic initial, it's not, those churches, those establishments are called missions. So that language is perpetuated. That's why it's still there. This one here, by the land department, that's the new rules of how and who, how much. We cannot steal on this. We church and the other say so now you go to the land department. And I don't know, I know they have hearings about this. I don't own a church. I don't go to churches. So don't say that not lending. But I know it concerns a lot of people. This one here, the Navajo Nation Council has two committees. The Resource Development Committee and the Law and Order Committee. If you need an amendment, those are the people you talk to.
My turn. So, why did they bring it back us to our level when they say it's already the law? Why did they bring it back for us to accept this, for us to do that, for us to amend? Support, accept, amend, and this is the law. Why? So why aren't we all here? This time goes by, we have things to do right at home. Why? No, we need your approval, our tribal office itself is not in good, sufficient, supportable of each other. And they throw these things at our level. And we say it's the law, it's the law. In the law, we can fight the law of what we think at our level, at our local thinking, at our local knowledge. So anything we get, so audit, we do have the right to say something on it. If it's given to us through the chapter and manage it down here. And to put it on our agenda, resolution. Okay, we do have a right.
We know that if we all go to church, our only ones at church. But, every church that we have here, I think they need to get together and, talk about it. Yeah, and Joe, but that's so, it's not so I want that, they can, send it to Wonder. This is part of the church house community or the church so this is how we want. This is how we want to make our churches here. That's all I think you need to do instead of just, like, soft bed.
See, that's what he wants right there. He didn't involve different religions. He didn't involve it. Now we're saying that.
Dale,
we acknowledge it now, we understand. So, somebody else keep that. It's not to get discouraged, somebody else keep that. People need to take that. So, we acknowledge everything, I think, so we're good. We acknowledge, we know what's gonna happen, what's going on, and look ahead. What's behind the closed doors,
Like here, we give the book to Navajo tribe to make some, forcing to the Navajo tribe to make their rule, but they haven't done nothing. I'm not the home practice I know for 10 years ago, you can't, because we like to build our own site area, some out to God, but that would be, no, I don't need that, own site, hold on. Because you get the handle, it's still up in the air, correct? The nettle, that's it's still up in the air, not sure. So you have to wait, it's settled itself, anybody, start paying your own site. So, we misunderstand, there's a word that you can change right away to turn it. I'll tell you, a lawyer, they know how to turn a lot of things around. So, see, even the eyes of the revelation, I think they are not wrong, yes, we're really, the kind of that and national, Navajo are still our prisoners. Something back to Fort Summer, change the works, I'm not sure what I don't need military, we didn't sign for it. Now, government funds us, we use their guns, their use of their codes, why not? No, I'm the king of the God of the church. Oh, that's LDS now. I look at the church now. LDS. I don't know. I pray their God of confusion of the church member. Can they change it? I'm like, it's reading. Never know how to say it. They really didn't. Watch myself. And I try to. And that usually is that's how it is. Not that BIA. We just, and how they can change it, they can do whatever they want. Yeah. I didn't know. So they take advantage of it. They can take in corner house and that, and they get the double track house. The kind of doesn't be low enough to be a full that time. It's open for anybody. Even you guys are still on the reservation. Reserve. I can't do that. Trump. Now the open space on the outdoor reservation. Try to fix something up. Yeah, she's only a kid, you hate that. Okay. New church member, I bet they could go to Wonder Rock. They're the priest. The kid will know that they chair on them. But, that's all. We raise our hand. I don't know, hey, I don't know, should I not?
I don't say that.
I got a suggestion on that, maybe we should have it, just go on that, I need to, just accept vote, so Curry there don't have to count on when their numbers show up and nothing, so that's, it's gonna be the street, yeah.
But that can be manipulated too. Okay, so. 是都好吸收。第一个all my 12, this is my 12th year as an official. And this is what I like to see. People here at the chapter meeting talking about the issues of the community. But month to month, there's only a few sitting in here. 25, 26, 28, they got my house talking. And I wait for you guys all day, almost. This is what I want to see. Discussing important themes, not only pertaining to church, not only pertaining to certain things that rile us up, but all these resolutions that are on here. Cousin Hideki, we're part of this community. We all live here. One way or another, these resolutions touch our lives. That's what I want to see here at this chapter, because I want us to be different. I want us to be the ones that say, hey, we're the movers and the shakers of this Navajo reservation. We're the ones that are planning in the future. That's what I want to see, and I see it right now, right here. But I don't want a controversy like this to be the only one reason why we're here. I want us to be here because we care for this community. We care for everyone that lives here, whether they hold a permit or not, whether they have livestock or not, whether they have a home that's caving in. We are voters at this chapter so that we can make decisions for our people here. We don't have to be like the Chi, Kaibito, Navajo Mountain, Tuba City, anywhere else. Like I said, we got to see what it feels like to be $1 million chapter. By now, we're way back down to 400,000. But these $1 million chapters that are around us, what are they doing for their community? Tuba City, Kienta, Chinle, Shiprock, Deneta Haslango, Deneta Wakala Ijeta. Us, with just $235,000 or even just $300,000 have come this far. On a yearly basis, that's how much money we get. But we have come this far. So even now, Ashword, at the day, Noski, be concerned. Make it a process to come here to discuss some of these things. Because that's what I want to see. I want our community to change. But I also don't want our community to say, Yada, nothing is happening, though, that either, though they either. I think we need to keep striving forward so our younger generation, these girls that are here to be helped with student financial aid, so that they can see and care for this community as much as we do. So this resolution, acknowledge, it's like just saying, oh, don't put that, oh, they need to talk. That's all it says. We're not accepting it, we're not approving it, we're not doing all of that, we're just acknowledging it. Saying, okay, all right, that's the new law, we acknowledge it. So let's put this to a vote. All those in favor, please raise your hands.
Six. 26. Priscilla, how do you vote?
Abstain.
Keisha, how do you vote? $26.
Opposed?
2. 2.
Abstained? Okay. TVK 2024-225-011 passes with 26 approval, 2 opposed, and 24 abstained. Number 12.
TBK 2024-225-012, accepting and approving the FY24, 2024 and 2025 ARPA housing wiring electrification project. These 22 names listed will be assisted through the house wiring and electrification project in attachments.
Motion? Billy and Ronaldo. Questions, comments, concerns? As far as the listing goes? Yeah, this is the listing that was selected. People on this listing. That you will have to talk to, Vernon about. But these are the 22 that have been, assessed.
Are they in here?
Oh, Shahun Tahas a lot of them are elderlies. A lot of them are elderlies, and some of them don't have transportation to come here.
Those guys are priorities.
Oh. Dale?
可以기가 계획하는 안에 전부 안에 있는 거야. 여기 있으면 안에 내가 컴퓨터로 또 피지컬도 네 그러면은 내 뭐야. 내가 아주 가하고 아야. 내 아재 그가 얘기하고 내가 나다고 알고 왔다 또 있을 때 나가.
Don't say that to my brothers.
It's your brother.
So I just say that it's I can't that 45. 그거 나도 해가 나도 한 내일. 나도 하고도 기가 쓰도 되죠. 나 가기 저다 하기에 그래서 그냥 얘기해 줘야. 주시디 제기나 있어. 에이 아들 내 가오라고 하면
Excuse.
근데 뭔가 비나스도 너 안에 잘해 너. I try to be here every time. lecture. 아니 그 카드 있잖아. They found the electric up.
Oh, if you need your number, I'll call you every chance to
Okay, any other questions, comments, concerns? Okay, now, I'll go ahead and, wait.
I'm just closing.
Eileen,
Those, the electric, is it from, NTUA?
That's the only one we have.
NTUA will eventually be involved in it, like flipping the switch or putting the poles in that need poles.
From the meter, the house, it's not them. Pole on bed, it's them.
But a pole, meter that's under one, NTUA, so that's their territory. But everything else, NTUA, if there is a pole that's needed, it gets done through NTUA. So, but yeah, eventually NTUA is gonna be involved. But the electrification wiring, EPA, is the contractor that's gonna be in these homes to make sure that it's all kosher.
It's ready for hookup.
Yeah, and it's certified.
So, and they're certified electrician.
Yeah, but Didi,
House wiring and certified of electrification.
this one is just the project. We're approving the people that are on the project list. But in the scope of work, that it says certified electrician
With federal guidelines.
with federal guidelines.
So we're gonna approve it, the state put certification, certified.
And she's,
Well, NTUA won't turn it on unless it's got a stamp on it.
That's why it's certified, it has to be certified.
yeah.
I'm sure all these
Yeah.
projects have this.
This 22 is separate from this company? Is it the same?
It's the same.
It's the same company, but they have different subcontractor.
Yeah.
The main contractor is up here, which is Whole One LLC. But under this main company, they have different companies that he works with. And one of them is the electrification part. Okay. Yes. Call for the vote. All those in favor, please raise your hands.
Anyone? Priscilla, how do you vote?
Approve.
32.
Okay, opposed? Abstain. TBK 2024-225-012 passes with 32 approval, 0 opposed, 20 abstain. 13.
TBK 2024-225-1013, adopting and approving the fiscal year 2024 new updated plan of operation template from DOJ. Ts'ah Bii CLUPC to use DOJ template to update their plan of operation according to attachments.
Motion? Billy and Priscilla. Priscilla. Questions, comments, concerns? Okay.
That operation of template, ADG, is it available?
I don't have it.
Well, since it says it's new, updated, so that means that it gives, all they did is just tweak a little bit to a new, template. I don't think we ever saw something, anything that is coming up, and we need to see a sample of it, say, oh, crazy, this is the new operation that we have, just blow it up and then, for us, no.
Okay, hold on.
I have it right here. I need to scan it though. Unless Vernon has
It's
it.
right here, but
I need
you
to
have to
scan.
scan it from over there.
Oh, but that's, wrong side.
Is that our resolution?
Yes.
No, it doesn't say our higher resolution, it says templates.
So what they're using is they're wanting to, this one here was the updated, this one here is the updated template for, that was vetted by DOJ. So we currently have our own, that is a part of the 5 management system that certifies the chapter. With that, those are outdated policies, and so we're transferring, we're updating our policy to what DOJ already approved. So this is the template.
DOJ, what's that?
Department of Justice, sorry.
Lawyers, that's the government, lawyers.
Nomination. DOJ.
Napo Nation Department of Justice. Yeah, so, we have under the Napo Nation DOJ, Department of Justice, we have a lawyer that, oversees chapters, officials,
Chapter.
community development. There's in chapter, anything that has to do with chapter, we have a lawyer that looks at it. that looks at all these things.
So the way it sounds like that's CLEPC, they're just now getting into it. This is new to them. That's how it sounds, is that right?
I think that I think what it should say is adopting and approving the fiscal year 2024 updated plan of operation template. New means but we already have.
Updated means you already have a template. That template is being revised in a certain way.
Yeah.
So this is not,
To update.
they should have been using
Just
the
an
previous
update,
from previous.
Yeah, so it's just an update, so new DA.
What's the title on this document? Just the title.
CAPC Plan of Operations.
It just says Topsy Plan of Operations Upper King Chapter.
Is that from DOJ?
Yeah, this is what they send out to the chapter.
So use that and time set, and that should be done.
Okay. So, Irene?
So who are the people that are in charge of this one to update all the info? Who are our members?
Who's the Topsy?
Yeah.
Topsy.
Who are you guys?
Topsy members are Jamie Noticebean, who's the president, Otto Mary Ellis McClure, and then we have Priscilla Sosi, that's online,
I gotta change that. Lean Riggs.
and then Lean Riggs.
Jimmy.
And then it's 5 members. Grazing official, the position is always a part of the CLUPSI. So whoever the next grazing official is gonna be, this is one committee that he's gonna always be on is CLUPSI, because it has to do with community planning, the land, everything. That's what it has to deal with. So those of you that are planners, that are like, CLUPSI is where you need to be, because that's exactly what they do.
How do you get on? I said vacant.
Letter of interest. We need a letter of interest from you, give to the chapter manager, they give it to us. Otto, when there's a vacancy, we ask you, we put a resolution to the your interest, letter of interest, and then we put it, before the people to have you become an alternate member. Or it's up to CLUPSI, if one of the positions that's up there, and the 5 membership, if one of the positions is opened up, then they make the decision to put who in there as a member. Yes, Irene?
It's good to know, but a lot of people didn't know what it was.
No. And I'm gonna tell you that CLUPSI is where we need to do zoning. That's the one thing that we have not yet established, zoning. And what zoning is establishing where you're gonna have businesses, where you're gonna have housing. If we take tourism under the chapter, those kind of things need to be established so that we can start getting money from these. Like I said, Power View is in our community. Leda, Belagana, 2 helicopters. are taking tours there and sitting on top of Ts'ah Bii, and they're making hundreds and hundreds of dollars. None of that money is coming to this chapter. So we have to establish that. Okay, call for the vote. All those in favor, please raise your hands.
30. Priscilla, how do you vote?
Approve.
31.
Opposed? And abstained. TBK 2024-225-013 passes with 35 approvals, 0 opposed, 21 abstained. And then number 14, we chose to not do that, so that's taken off. And that concludes our resolutions. Yay! Huh?
Announcement, Thursday gonna have a permit meeting, going down your car. Glad to see some,
Now is the time.
committee meeting,
We need a secretary.
permit that how many, ABC five. Greg Farrell will be here to represent the quality insurance, PIS people. So we did our permit number.
Pastor, you don't know because it's
Maybe some of this morning.
The pastor.
So, Benji.
Pastor.
Be lunching, 88, they shoot over the single car.
这得设置那种的是吧？
Other location. Okay. See you then. 10 o'clock. 10 to 12. Hey, we're done.
那现神的。
Daylight.
Daylight, I'm on good daylight.
Before you guys leave,
Daylight,
before you guys leave, thank you very much. Let me reiterate what Geraldine said. For those that come, maybe, I just looked over there on the door. Western A+C, every chapter is not full. Karen is the most, I'm sorry to say that, disgraceful one. No anybody ran for president, vice president, secretary, ADA. So if you have Lily, she was emotional about it. Please, take part of it. If you think you have a lot of interest and voice. Run. Like this place has no secretary. Every chapter is not full, somebody is vacant. So yeah, chapter today is hard. It's not for disagreement, it's for acknowledgement and learning more stuff. So, but right here, the secretary is open. If you think you can handle it, go for it. So, and they will do it, oh my gosh, it takes work, but it's good, you're doing it for your, self-improvement and community improvement, communication.
Just this one?
Got it?
Just that one?
We'll do my report for y'all these. Last week, I think, Monday, there's only 4 people in the room. The reason for that meeting was this year, best on it, to just only give Veterans Trust Fund, the budget update. So the organization or Ts'ah Bii veterans, our new budget for fiscal year 2025 is going to be $35,259. So any eligible dependent, surviving spouse, veteran, keep that on you. It's going to be available for assistance September 1st.
That one's for the one,
October 1st.
but I need to print out the other one with the correct
God,
name.
you can't try. That policy is being revised right now as we speak. When Nyman signs off on it, that's going to be the new policy for the month, for this money. So the director need this chapter so we don't deny anybody assistance. It's first come, first served basis. As long as your veteran is registered with the Navajo Nation and the Veterans Administration, they're eligible for assistance. You have to have a Ts'ah Bii, driver's license, and all that. Prove that you serve to prove that you're a Navajo Nation citizen. I don't budget budget. We
No, we
have
still do that one.
$5,000 that needs to be spent by before 13th September. By 13th September, if that money is not used, it's going back to the navigation.
This one. ARB.
No. Title for that is food. Gifts and awards. So what we're going to do is I'm going to spend that money. I don't care what you guys say. It needs to be spent. So what we're planning on doing is doing the food boxes. The Navajo Nation Veterans Administration, we had $1,000 that we needed to be spent. We did that last week. The food is available for distribution, but I have one caveat. You come to the meeting to take a food box. So, and then we have $3,980 that's available for assistance. There's a check money there, other cost administration. You go, the veteran or your surviving spouse pay the insurance. For hardship, or I just thought there's a little bit of money. Thank you for adopting a policy for it. Last couple meetings, the federal name has a policy issues. And the money is used because of the policy. So we fixed that. And I know that with your vote, that policy is ready, it's in use. I know, putting on my other hat, elections. Representative, see, there's nobody ready for, we didn't have any candidates for chapter secretary. If you're interested, you have to apply at the elections office by Friday. It's not hard to get November ballot. So the primaries are out. Everybody that was on this ballot is going to be on the ballot again. So if you're not registered, register. If If you don't vote, vote. Because these elections, the primary and the general elections, ABEIC, that's how the chapter gets money. If you don't vote, your name's gonna get on that list. It's gonna literally get purged out. And then, occasionally we'll have people come in. We produce a document, but they're not in the book no more. I thought she, 10 years ago, we have those cases, and we can't help them. If you go across the street, they say, I can do safety registration, no one needs to do that. They have a timeline, when you can register, when that registration closes, when you can vote, when that vote is closed, for the early ballot. So if you cannot be here on the first Tuesday of November for the general elections, when that early voting starts, you go to the HC offices, any HC office, vote, or get a ballot mailed to you. And when you get mailed to you, fill it out and send it back. I had a woman bring in a handful, six ballots. I don't mail back enough ballot, no. You can't help it. Because number one, they're not her ballots. They bought a petition of the ballot. So that's 6 people that did not vote. So elections, we had over 850 people registered to vote in the chapter that's in the book. Only 143 people actually voted. So vote. If you have people in your family that are registered to vote, tell them to vote. Even though there's only one candidate running for that one office, they need to vote. If you want more money for this chapter, you all need to vote. Everybody needs to vote. That's how the nomination distributes money. Koshi, if you have any questions, you know where to reach. Sir.
How do you know that you're still on the ballot, beyond the voting status?
The elections office, you call them.
That's right, so for Travis, the only one that included outside, right?
Yeah. They said the last time they purged was in 2017, which is about 7 years ago. But call the elections office to see if you're still in the voter registration rules. Thank you.
That's what he's doing, he's counting the people over there. Just to adjourn. Take leftovers. Yes, Rose? The what?
I have a couple of grandkids that we have to go up to age.
We are currently advocating. They told us that they were gonna build a new building, that everything is gonna start over. School will start this year. That slowly changed. Nothing. Peso te nan hito ni. And then, no na yan. Last meeting, one came. Please don't leave yet. One came from preschool, Navajo to Neck. Anyways, they said, here's the plan for building. You can build it yourself. So, can you please not go yet?
No, we're losing quorum, we're not gonna have end the meeting.
How many? Okay. We had a motion for court, I'll talk to you a little bit. Motion for adjournment by Jamie. Those second, Billy. All those in favor, raise your hands.
Raise your hand for adjournment.
25, 23, 24, 24. That's what we have. 24.
Opposed? Opposed? Abstain? I'm gonna put 0 because there's only 3 Meeting is adjourned at
303.
3:03. Daylight savings time. Thank you. Yeah, Nakanoya. Nakanado, das. Next month. It's just Popsy and this one. I think that was planning for me. But